the Canadian Grand Prix. And, well, this is interesting. Look, there's a glitch in the matrix here, isn't there? Philippe Strife, who qualified in 31st on the grid, is sitting there at the front of the grid at the moment. He's not lined up in a position. What are the FIA going to do about this? Are they going to allow him to start from there and put him down as 31st, so he's effectively a lap down? Are they going to move him? Is he going to move when the race starts? Well, this is the grid, and it's clearly no Strife there. It's Prost on pole and Piquet alongside, so pretty much the championship order. Niki Lauda continuing his form with third place, his recent upturn. He'll hope he can mix it up with them today. eliodeangelis, fourth in the Lotus. He'll have hopes of at least retaining that position. Alboreto, fifth for Ferrari. They're still not matching some of the form they hit earlier in the season, but that's solid enough. And Derek Warwick, sixth. Seems to be a bit of a underrated hero this year. Derek Warwick, he's been able to bring home a few points for Renault, and in a car that's really a midfield runner, he's been consistently scoring points. So very well done from Derek Warwick. Senna, his form lately has not been quite as strong. He's still around the top 10. So, and he managed to go up into points position from there at Monaco, so he'll be hoping for more of that. Fabi, once again, nowhere near his teammates' pace, not even in the top 10. Brabham would love if Fabi could deliver something, but I mean, Piquet scored all of their points, and it's been a bit up and down for Piquet at times, so yeah, that's a bit difficult in that respect for Brabham. Where do they go from there? Beloff in 16th in the Tyrrell, Berger in the ATS 17th. Reasonable performance from him there. Then you've got the Arrows, Ginzani. This should be a good race, and we know that Prost lost a little bit of ground in Monaco, so he'll be looking to claw it back, and pole position is the best place to do that from. But Piquet will be hoping he can get the jump and get to within a wins gap, because then that will be a striking distance for Piquet, and he might have a hope of retaining the world title that he won last year. Alboreto, don't forget, is also level on points of Piquet. I know that Ferrari isn't that strong at the moment, but there's always the chance that Alboreto could strike back and get some. You can see Strife there is classed down in 31st. But it appears they have not moved Philippe Strife's car, and he's still there. It looks like they're going to classify him as a lap down, but, well, no, Prost is in second. He's classed second. Are they classing Strife as first here, then? They are! So they've given Philippe Strife a free pole position when he qualified only one position off the back. Well, this is insane. This is not correct at all. That Strife will try and make the most of this, maybe try and pick himself up a point. Oh, Prost goes through and it's off! And Prost is off and Strife is off, and Piquet has picked up front wing damage. Wow! What an incredible start to Canada. Shouldn't have been allowed to happen in the first place, but it did. And now Prost is crawling, Strife is crawling, Piquet getting away with lead on his own, but he does have some damage. Can he continue to drive with that damage? It's only a bit of front wing, maybe he can. So will eliodeangelis get himself up into second here? He's going for Prost. Prost has got damage out. Prost lost his front wing on Strife. I think his rear wing on the barrier that he hit, bouncing off of Strife. So with DeAngelis are now through, and he will try to avoid the same fate that Prost had. I think he's got a... thought he had a bit of a sensible run, but maybe not. Now he has. Yeah, so that's DeAngelis through into second place. And Lauda, the next one to keep behind. What this is basically doing is allowing the top two to get away, but Piquet is really crawling there. I wonder if he's going to be able to hold on, or he's going to have to pit and repair that wing. I mean, realistically, I think if he held on, he'd still score some points, and if Prost is going to be out of the race, which is looking quite likely, then, well, and that's Warwick, I think, has been hit as well by Nigel Mansell, was it? Oh, it's going crazy, and that's two Renaults been hit. Have they just got no pace, or have the guys behind them been impatient? But look, Patrick Tombe, third Renault lucky. Can he avoid getting hit? And look at this, Piquet is really losing ground to DeAngelis very quickly, and I think actually he is going to... Is he going to try and hold on for points, or is he going to pit? He's going to pit. Not really any major surprise there. He might have held on for points. Is pitting for a new front wing the right decision? We'll find out later in the race. But eliodeangelis is through. He is leading. This is going to be a first lead for Lotus. There's Niki Lauda. He is in second place, and this is a chance for Lauda to gain a bit more ground, isn't it? There's DeAngelis and Lauda in second. And we've got Alboreto in third. So all the guys who aren't Piquet and Prost got a great chance to gain some ground here. Tombe Lafitte running in the points for the first time this year. We know he's been struggling with that Williams, but today, thanks to circumstances, he's done okay. Piquet is in 7th. And Nelson will now, he'll try to come back, and now we will know if he made the right choice in pitting for repairs, but if he can come back. We won't know if he can hold on by the lack of pace that he had. Maybe not, but here's Lafitte still in 4th. And Tom Bay is applying pressure. The other two Renaults look pretty slow. That's one of the reasons why they got hit. But Tom Bay applying pressure on Alboreto and going through on Alboreto. And Patrick Tom Bay is into the podium places. Well, this would certainly make up for what has been a dull day for Renault so far. Lauda sitting there in 2nd. Looks like maybe he's catching DeAngelis a bit, but only by a bit. And I think the lead that DeAngelis has been allowed to build up means that basically the race is at his mercy. If he doesn't make any mistakes or have any issues, he should be okay. But Lauda is clearly closing the gap at least a little bit. Here's Tom Bay still in 3rd, but Alboreto is keeping on him. I wonder if Tom Bay going past that Ferrari has just served to wake Michele Alboreto up a little bit, because he's certainly not interested. Before the Renault was all over him, and now he's all over the Renault. So unless the Renault's had a very small peak. But look, Tom Bay again pulling away slightly, but there's Arnoux on the feet. He'll be looking to gain ground. Lafitte will be trying to defend because he's got no points so far this season. To a situation with Tom Bay with the other Ferrari, really. But Arnoux is going to have a look, and he's going to try to muscle his way through, but Lafitte at the moment is still holding on. Nelson Piquet still in 7th, not looking to be making much of an impact, which, yeah, that's a shame for his championship, but it will close some others in, which should help keep the season interesting. And Arnoux dives down this time, and there's no holding him back that time. And there's Tom Bay. He has been comfortably passed by Alboreto as well. That was off camera, unfortunately, but there seems like the Renault and the Williams are now both losing pace. Niki Lauda still in 2nd, still trying to catch up to eliodeangelis, but time is very much running out for him now. And this would be a great result. It'll be Lotus's first win of the season, should DeAngelis be able to hold on. And it would show that somebody other than Prost and Piquet, and Alboreto, we think, as well, that somebody new can win a Grand Prix, which is great news for the World Championship and just for Formula 1 in general. Alboreto still there. Tom Bay looks to be closing a bit, but Arnoux is now closing on Tom Bay. It's more likely that René Arnoux is going to make it a Ferrari 3-4 than Tom Bay is going to repass Alboreto. But he's running out of time. We're basically at the last hairpin here. And eliodeangelis wins the race, and Lotus get their first victory of 1984. Fantastic job from eliodeangelis. Niki Lauda 2nd. That will help him trying to keep in touch. Michele Alboreto 3rd. Patrick Tom Bay finishes 4th. René Arnoux 5th. And Jacques Lafitte 6th. Nelson Piquet did close the gap slightly, but he had nowhere near enough pace to get back into the points. Unfortunate for Nelson, but fantastic news for eliodeangelis. Yes, it was a crazy race, and the circumstances of strife being out of position and starting should not have been allowed to happen, but they did, and now we have this result. Well done, Lotus. Well done, Elio. So we look at the standings. So here's your confirmation. eliodeangelis wins the Canadian Grand Prix for Lotus. Niki Lauda finishes in 2nd place. Michele Alboreto, he finishes in 3rd for Ferrari. Patrick Tom Bay, 4th, his first points of the season in that Renault. 5th for René Arnoux. That's handy for him because he hasn't actually picked up that many points this season. He's been unlucky in a couple of races. If you remember the barrel roll he had in South Africa. Jacques Lafitte, also first point of the season for him. He was hoping to hold on to 5th place, but it wasn't to be. But still, a point there for Jacques Lafitte. Nelson Piquet not able to make it back into the points. And yeah, and then you see the rest of them. Martin Brundle did okay, actually, didn't he? In the Tyrrell, got himself up. I remember where he started. I think it was down near about 18th or 20th place, wasn't it? So he's got himself up a good amount of places, probably about 10 places in that race. So special mention for Martin Brundle there. Let's have a look at the World Championship. So Alain Prost still leads it. He's still 37 points clear of... no, he's still on 37 points. 9 points clear of Nelson Piquet. And Michele Alboreto, he now moves up onto 28. So he is level on points with Nelson Piquet now. eliodeangelis, his victory takes him back above Niki Lauda, back into 4th place in the championship. But Lauda is only a point behind him. So those 5, there's 14 points between Prost in 1st and Lauda in 5th. So those 5 are the ones, realistically, with a decent chance to compete for the World Championship this year. Then Arnoux in 6th, he is on 9. Senna 7th on 6. Warwick 8th on 6th. Rosberg, Mansell, Tombay and Lafitte. Those are the guys who are placed with any points in the Drivers' World Championship. The constructors, McLaren on 59. Now they are getting away with Lauda starting to contribute more points as well. Ferrari on 37. Lotus on 29. Brabham 28. Renault 9. Tolman and Williams on 6 apiece. Well, it shouldn't have been allowed to happen the way it did in this race, but that's chaos and controversy for you. Like and subscribe for more.